Okay, here we go. We're back into it. Okay, there are walls. That's correct. But my whole capture is reset. Alright. Best of 3 and they're 1-1. Great. Okay, we're back into it. I'm gonna just... Okay, I think I'm caught up. So 1 each. And they're back on Arena. Same civs again. Alright, so we've seen this before. We know what they're going to try to do. Imperatorius, he's going to get his fast castle up. He's going to make town centers. Maybe... I'm not going to say 6 or 7. He's going to make 5 or 8 town center. Oh, okay, thanks, Simsus. Yeah, so loser chooses the map. So Cygnus, Cygnus is like, well, Arabia didn't go so well, but Arena did. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Well, we'll see what the players do to kind of learn from last time, because I think they both... Yeah, don't fix what isn't broken. Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, you say that, but Cygnus was... he was kind of hemmed in again. You know, Imperatorius was setting up his, like, his surround, but then Cygnus busted out with, like, 8 cannons, and Imperatorius just called it. But we'll see if they kind of think about what happened the first time and maybe do something a bit differently. Cygnus did a really great job of getting some army out on the map and claiming some of the relics, but Imperatorius just got up to Castle Age faster, and he got his relics, he got his town centers up, he had a huge economy, and then he started making castles in the middle of the map. So, you know, Imperatorius was in a good spot before the cannons happened. If this time he has cavalry ready to charge at those cannons, I think it'll be a different story. You know, and so Imperatorius needs to use his economy and this time maybe mass up an army before it's too late. And Cygnus, on the other hand, he can't let Imperatorius do what he's done 2 games in a row now. Yeah, Domisbu, I don't either. Maybe we can ask him. One of you can ask him. Yeah, he had such a good army. I know, or such a good economy. I know, he could have made a huge army and just attacked Cygnus. All I'm guessing is that his game plan is to keep the contain. Yeah, maybe he had to go. I don't know, but he is playing now, and he played the game after, so yeah, maybe he had to step away for a sec. That would have been really annoying, eh? Gets such a great surround, has like thousands of resources, and then has to duck away for a few minutes.
Estou pronto.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, maybe he disconnected. Yeah. Yeah, he had to go win the next game. True. Well, if what you're saying is true, and he did have to go, then I don't know if Cygnus is going to be so happy about having picked this map. You know, he thinks it went well, but, you know, maybe Imperatorius disconnected and actually didn't have to throw in the towel. One thing's for sure, Imperatorius knows how to cook an economy. He knows how to get into the kitchen and bake some resources. Okay, so Cygnus going out to his deer. Already killed them all.
Olá. Olá.
Once again, doing this thing where he goes to the straggler trees first before he makes a lumber camp. Nothing wrong with that. He should go out to his berries, though. So he's going for that lumber camp. And I think he just ends up taking a little bit more time aging up, and it's for lack of food. You know, you need so much food to get up to the next stage. Although, to be fair, Lithuanians start with extra food. So Imperatorius gets a little head start on that. But he's on his berries. 8 on wood. Let's probably get some farms up. He's been really good about that these last few games. Yeah, Zemzis, I agree. They both know how each other play. That's why I'm really interested to see. Like, I kind of like that it's on the same map again. Because they saw what happened last time, and they both, like, there was a good exchange there, you know? They had some good fighting in the middle of the map, like, fighting for position. Cygnus got his early army out. They both got an equal number of relics. Imperatorius got his castles out, so they both know what's going to happen. I mean, Cygnus, he's got to know now that Imperatorius, he is going to go to castle, he's going to come out with villagers, and he's going to make a castle near his base. So Cygnus knows that's what's coming. Imperatorius knows that Cygnus is good at getting army out early, and he's good at microing them as well. So he's just got to be careful that he doesn't get caught with too small of an army as the game goes on. So that's kind of what got him last time. You know, he had loads of castles, loads of resources, but then, you know, it was like 6 or 7 cannons and 10 cav archers and a bunch of monks and skirmishers and pikemen. He had like 5 monks, and I would not be surprised if Cygnus could get some nice conversions on those too, if like knights or laity run in. I mean, monks are really good against knights and laity if you can click fast enough. Monks are one of those like carpal tunnel units. So lots of farms coming around the mill. For Cygnus, I would kind of like those around the town center. We kind of talked last game about like farms close to walls and resources close to walls. Imperatorius might come forward and drop a castle up here, but that's not for a while now. So resources once again looking good for Imperatorius. So he's got his, that's his market. Yeah, he's got his build down. He's got this 1 villager getting his 2 buildings for the castle age while the rest of them work on getting those resources ready. He's going to... Wait! Didn't he hit... Hang on. Did he not already take his deer? Did I miss it? It was Cygnus. Yeah, so maybe... Okay, I guess Imperatorius hadn't taken his deer yet. Getting players mixed up. Gets Loom. That's Imperatorius gets Loom. All the economy upgrades for Cygnus. And lots on berries. Oh, and yeah, that's right. The Portuguese get that bonus from berries. Some proportion of the food harvested is added on as wood. I think you can see it here. Can you see it? Oh no, it just happens when they drop it off. Right? I think. Oh no, the way it works is while they're picking the berries, the wood comes in. Yeah, you can see like little bits of wood coming up. Okay, that's how it works. I forgot how that worked. But yeah, berries give wood for the Portuguese. Lots of housing space for both of them. Okay, archery range once again in the feudal age. But Imperatorius is clicked up. There it is. Castle age is coming in. Cygnus is not far behind though. He's got 400 food, he's got 12 on food. And he's gonna go archery range blacksmith. And that'll let him get out on the map So he'll be able to get an army out to go fight for the relics. So far the scouts haven't run into each other yet, not like last time. Just kind of looking around. I think both of these players are just kind of trying to find out where all the relics are. Let's see, so I think Cygnus sees them all. And hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think Cygnus... No, he sees them all. So they both know where all the relics are. By the way, I think the slower castle time for Cygnus in part is because of building units that cost food in the feudal age. Just slows them down. And he doesn't have a market, so he can't sell off his wood to buy food. So he's just got to wait for it to come in slowly. And once again, triple archery range. So the openings are looking really similar this time around. Really similar, actually. We'll probably see pikemen come in as well. The thing is, Imperatorius, we know from last game, he knows how to attack. Oh, that's a stable, not 3 archery range, 2 archery range stable. He knows how to attack early on. You know, he can make... so he's got his... Okay, there's his monastery. He's going to go for those relics. And once again, there's Cygnus guarding the relics. But he's still making more troops that cost food. But you know, his farm, he's 15 farms already with upgrades. So his economy is fine. Like, he's got good food economy. He's just not up to the castle age. So he'll be behind on tech. That won't matter, though, so long as Imperatorius doesn't build another town center and they don't fight with a tech difference. And right now there isn't a tech difference. It's just feudal age units against feudal age units. And there's no extra town center. So the fact that he's behind doesn't matter yet. Hosting out sentries on all of these relics. Okay, so he's got one down here. The scout is guarding that. One undefended relic. So a monk snatches that up. A couple of archers get caught though by these guards. So he can get... Okay, so Imperatorius... Oh, if he takes the skirmisher, he'll win this fight. That's great, okay. Good micro there. Gets the conversion. So this opens up relic up top. This relic, he's now beaten that defensive force there. And one down here. So if he keeps working at these relics and he gets these 3, then he'll have 4. He'll be able to max out that Lithuanian bonus. And that'll set him up really well for the future. And we've got Town Center number 2 and Town Center number 3. Just like before, 1 in base, 1 outside. So far shaping up really similarly to last game. And as before, we'll have lots of farms for Cygnus. So even though he's behind on Castle Age, he'll come into the Castle Age with loads of food. I mean, honestly, he could... If he piles a bunch of guys on... so he'll have stone. If he puts a few more on stone and then a bunch on gold, he can just drop a castle the moment he gets up and go straight to the Imperial Age. For now, though, he's gathered his army and he's pushing forward. He wants to stop these relics. And it looks like he'll succeed. And this monastery is so exposed. We've got another force here from Imperatorius. I've got a feeling it's going to lose, though. Yeah, and he knows. It's too much. He's running away. And this monk... He's taking one for the team. He's luring the army away. What a guy. You know, that's smart. Sort of dragging the army away, getting his other units a chance to get away. He sends out another Vil to build a town center in the middle there. It's on stone. And this is, I think, one of Imperatorius's main focuses. He wants that stone because he wants to build towers and castles to eventually encircle his opponent. That's how he plans on winning the game. And once again, we have a bunch of stables coming up for Cygnus. And once again as well, a wonderful queue of 8 villagers ready to go. Okay, so the first castle now from Imperatorius is not as far forward as last time. So here's the first real deviation from the last time on Arena. This is cool to see. Cygnus, it looks like, has learned something from the last time. He knows he needs to be out on the map to make sure those villagers can't just walk in and drop a castle in front of them. And he's done that. He sees this one coming up. I don't know if he has what he needs to stop it. He could move in. But his army he's got a lot of army just guarding one relic over here. Okay, there's one, that's interesting. So there's 3 relics in for Imperatorius, but one is unguarded to the south. He could just grab it. I guess he just needs a monk now. So that first castle will go up. Okay, and we've got town centers 4 and 5 coming up for Imperatorius, to no one's surprise. Second town center coming up for Cygnus. Villager difference is still pretty small, only 6 ahead for Imperatorius, but that'll change here pretty soon. As long as he remembers to keep queuing up villagers. We've got pikemen. The pikeman upgrade is in. A couple of skirmishes here across the map. And Cygnus coming out. He's grabbing these berries in the middle of the map. Well, when you've got a bonus, may as well use it. He's got to be careful here. There's a castle right there, and he knows. And there's a town center too. Okay, he's gonna run these troops away. And he's been good about pulling those back. He lost 2, but that's not that much. Does a good job of babysitting his army there. And his food economy looks good. University coming in. Another exchange here. Pikemen against archers. Archers are technically the counter in that situation, but not when you're an age behind in upgrades. Imperatorius will try to micro here. And he does it. Pikemen pull back. So Cygnus, he wants to get back to the relic though. He doesn't want to let that get snatched up. And he's got his crossbow upgrade coming out now. He just has the 1 archery range, right? Just, yeah. Monk's coming out as well. Okay, and here come the light cav. Those light cav will be able to take that monk, no problem. Yeah, it's down. Light cav clear up the archers. That's a nice light cav force. Do you have any upgrades for them? Besides the line upgrade? No, not yet. But he's got the food economy for this. I mean, he can make as many of those as he wants. I'd really like to see him go up to Imp, though. He's got the stone for his castle. He can just put a castle up, like, right here. So here, okay, so Imperatorius is doing his thing again. He's coming forward with Vils. He's making castles, and I think he's more timid this time around. Last time he just dropped a castle, like, right up front here, and then started surrounding his opponent. Now I think he'll just kind of, like, inch forward, being a little more cautious about it. But Cygnus is too slow to stop this one, so he needs to realize the boa constrictor is slithering towards him. You can't let what happened last game happen. He's done a really good job so far, but now there's a new castle. An uncharacteristic lapse in his micro. He may lose all of these units. A crossfire between these two castles as well. Covering each other's base. No murder holes needed. Oof. Well, Cygnus replenishes his light cav count. He's definitely got the food for it. But now what? Slithering forward. Here comes Imperatorius. Now I'm starting to think that Imperatorius wants to win with only castles. He doesn't actually want to make units. Just castles. Which would explain why the bombard cannon is his worst enemy. Okay, so he has to leave the foundation of this castle for now. But it's not over yet. He can come back and finish that later. He just needs to make some units to fight this army. And honestly, some laity right now, he's got the resources for it. He didn't need to cancel that. Just like 6 laity can clear this. Easy. Imperial Age now in for Cygnus. Oh no! Cygnus, you had this great queue, but you didn't rally them onto wood. So that town center has gotten no benefit so far. Oh my god! Look at this back area! This is one of the most neat little back cubbies of an arena map I've ever seen. And he puts a town center there. Perfect. Wow. Like, you could wall this off, and the opponent might not even scout it, and never know it's there. Town center number... Is that 7 coming out for Imperatorius? And Imperial Age as well for Imperatorius as well. But unlike last game, Cygnus is up first. I think they were pretty close last time. Not last game, but the last arena match. But a massive economy lead for Imperatorius. Let's see if Imperatorius can convert. Big military lead for Cygnus. It's mostly in these light cav. He's got some crossbows, some skirm. He can counter just about everything. But this is the part where Imperatorius needs to think about starting to mass up his army. Because the last time on Arena, he had his opponent almost entirely encircled, and then the bombard cannons showed up and started taking down his castles. This time, are we going to see a bunch of siege workshops? Not yet. We'll probably see chemistry coming in. Any second now, there it is. And now we're probably going to see some more siege workshops. Oh, hey, Flat Furrows. Wait, I'm saying laity. Is that... I don't know if that's right, actually. Latus? Latuses? I'm probably doing like kind of like the French thing where you don't pronounce S's at the end, but it's not French. It's like Lithuanian is like, you know, Baltic. So I actually don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe the way you were thinking. Are you pronouncing the S at the end? Watch it be like Latish or something. Those Balkans. Okay, so Cygnus coming up with his first castle with just 1 bill. You can afford a few more for castles, but it's efficient. But this is further forward than his castle was in the last arena game. So in general, I see Cygnus as having learned a good amount from that first time. And honestly, they both have, because you see now the Lady... Yeah, now I'm thinking about how I say the plural. Lady. Anyway, whatever. I'm gonna go with Lady, but maybe I'll learn that it's different at some point. But anyway, so he's starting to make those. So, you know, among other things, they can kill bombard cannons. So he won't have the same problem as before with those, and they will just chew up his light calf. No shot. +5 damage. He's still got 1 blacksmith upgrade to go. He's got... And actually, the relics have been snatched up. I never checked, actually, to see how those finished up. So we got 4 for the Lithuanian and 2 for Cygnus. So that part is a lot better for Imperatorius. He's got his full relic bonus, so he's got to be pretty happy about that. And maybe that's the switch he needed to think, okay, it's time to make cavalry boys. Time to make the horsemen. We've got cab archers once again coming in for Cygnus. He likes those Portuguese cab archers, mixing those in. He's got to watch out though. These late here are no joke. And here come the bombard cannons. Just the 1 siege workshop so far. And Imperatorius not prioritizing hill forts like last time. And here he comes. He's like, not this time. This time we fight. Ooh, but he fights outside the castle range, but these things are strong. Loses 2, kills a bunch. They withdraw. Neither of them like that fight too much. More cannons coming in, though. We've got even more town centers. 9 so far, and he's left the cannons undefended. The latest come in. 1 down. 2 down. 2 down, but he loses a lot of his cavalry force. He's got to replenish those, but Lord knows he has the resources for it. I mean, 6,000 gold, like, buy enough stone for 2 more castles, put them up more in the back, you don't need to go forward with them, and just make even more ladies. Conscription coming in, that'll help him make them faster. Once again, goes in. Does he get the cannon? No, the cannon is defended. Cygnus does a great job of body blocking. Gets in the way. He's got this big mass of light cav. Elite Latius now. Elite. And it's in the castle that's getting bombarded, but he's got conscription. And it's gonna come up fast. I don't see any... Okay, and he realizes, okay, maybe I don't have enough castles to make only Latus, but I can make stables. And iron casting as well. We're about to see +6. And he leaves the cannons undefended again. He did such a good job before with his light cav, but now he leaves them undefended. In come the Lancers. Take him down. Some grape shot from the organ guns, not enough to stop them. Another castle coming up. The latest just kind of riding by, saying like, oh cool, a castle. Anyway. Runs to the corner of the map, lures his pursuers into a trap. Is this wolf gonna get a kill? No. It did not. So this game is looking much closer than before. Or much more, I don't know how to say, like, both of these players have learned their lessons from the other game and are both settling in for the long haul. And they've both managed to not fall into the same mistakes as last time. But these latest... Oh, oh my god, maybe he looked away for just a second. I thought he was sitting next to the gate waiting for the cannon to open it so he could run in. Once again, runs in, gets the cannon. So however, he's able to snipe off those cannons. And tower shields coming in, armor for his knights, lots of cavalier coming in. I mean, Cygnus, he just saw that big massive cavalier. He sees how much this is growing. I was gonna say he needs to think about Helb. Imperatorius has got Helb. Another cannon gets poked down. So Cygnus has got to realize, okay, the cannon thing worked great the first time around. It's not working this time. There are a lot of cavalry here. Paladin coming in. Fighting under the tower, lots of cavalry going down, but it looks like Cygnus' whole army is going down as well. He's got to be dropping barracks. He doesn't really have the economy to do it, though. He's got to stop making cannons. These cannons are not doing it right now. Because the cannons can't really do much against the cav. They only do 40 damage against 140 hit points, and they've got to hit them. And the cavalry are always running around, so the cannonballs are almost never going to hit them. So you need something that's got a little more poking power. Only one pikeman. Let your vills go down. And also not to mention this big villager difference. Imperatorius, look at his resources. I would not be surprised to see Cygnus tap out here while he's used the Paladin upgrade. He's got some monks. Actually, if he can convert some Cavalier, he can convert Cavalier, send them after the trips. That's the plan. He's got some light cav, and I think he might be doing exactly that. Okay. Good so far. Gets a conversion just as he goes up, becomes a paladin. Ooh. He's got his own cavalier coming out, so the Night War, but the Lithuanian wins this easily. Look at this. 14 plus 6 against 12 plus 0. The Organ guns also not really that great against Lithuanian paladins. I mean, I think Imperatorius is just starting to feel good about it. But this is what he wanted to get to in his... I think he was kind of had his heart set on Latus. And there it is. There it is. Wait, is that 35... Wait, is it Lacii? Lace? I'm gonna look that up after this. I gotta know. I'm saying 35. Oh my god. Okay, Lacii. Like, okay, I don't even know. Lacii. No, I mean, you know, it's it's their word. Lacii. Okay. I'm gonna look up if that's actually right. That's interesting. That's cool. Now you can flex on people with your knowledge of how to say these plurals properly. But yeah, Imperatorius takes it. So was down 1-0, but caught his stride on Arabia, and then really great. Honestly, this game was really great. It's really cool to see these players kind of reacting. Learning from each other and kind of adapting to what they did wrong in the first game. You know, Cygnus got out on the map and didn't let himself get contained like last time, and Imperatorius switched over to making army, and I love that he realized he needs more army and 2 castles isn't going to do it, especially with the cannons coming out. So he decides, you know what, screw it, I'm making a bunch of stables and I'm making knights. Yeah, that was honestly great from both players. You know, I think Imperatorius is like a macro monster. He likes to make tons of town centers, huge economy, and then just likes to bring the huge armies later in the game. Cygnus is more of an army-focused player. He likes to get an army out early. He likes to be active with them, and generally wins the early fights. And they could both take a page out of each other's book, because both of those styles can be really effective. Yeah, so really great game from both players. have a quick look at the stats, and then I'll wrap up here. But yeah, thanks to Zemsis for letting me know about this. It was a fun watch. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. And yeah, check out some of the other games that are coming up. You can see it either wherever Zemsis posts the info or on Hermetica. That's kind of where I heard about it. And yeah, I'll leave it there, but hope to see you another time. Have a good rest of your day, and thanks for watching.